I just tried to sniff my lips. All right, so just because makeup is cheap doesn't mean that it's good. But I also think that we also try to get in this habit of saying that if it's really expensive, it means it's good. And I feel like that's all a fallacy. It's not really true. So we're going to look at one of the cheapest brands that you can buy in terms of makeup. Now, I know that there are some products that are cheaper in other brands, or there's brands that are cheaper, but overall, this brand tends to just be overall very cheap. So let's put my hair up. I'm just going to clip it out of the way. So this is going to be somewhat of a review of some new products. Some of them are actually new products, some of them are just new to me. But regardless, we're going to look at Essence as a whole and kind of just look at whether or not it's any good and whether or not we should waste our money. Because despite what people say, even if you only spend $6 on a product and you hate it, it's still a waste of money. Let's dive in. So I have to say, I don't really have a lot of skin prep products that are from Essence. I have a handful of products, and so I'm just going to use what I have for prep. And I think this is actually new. I've got the Hydro Hero Under Eye Stick. So one of the reasons I actually purchased this is because I was kind of hoping that it's similar. I'm kind of hoping that it's similar to the under eye balm from Hourglass. That might be a pipe dream, but honestly, that stuff is expensive, and I really like the way my makeup looks when I put that on my under eyes. So we're going to apply this to the under eye. Well, it's definitely not as emollient as the Hourglass one, but maybe that's a good thing. The Hourglass one, although I really like it, it's very emollient. It almost feels like Vaseline on your under eye, but I still really like it. I like what it does to prep my under eyes. So I've got that on. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize the crap out of my face because I'm going to be using a powder foundation. So I don't have a moisturizer from Essence. I don't even know. Can anybody tell me if they even sell one? But I'm going to go ahead and use this silicone-free priming moisturizer from Good Molecules. Man, I'm having problems talking. And I'm going to put a generous amount on because my skin has been struggling. I think it's stress. Lately, I've been really stressed because I've been in the middle of moving, and it's been at quite the adventure. So I actually always start with my eyeballs, and then I do the rest of my makeup. So that's where I'm going to start. All right, this is essentially a full face of Essence and me telling you my thoughts. I don't have an eyeshadow palette from Essence, so I'm just going to use this contour palette that is new-ish to me, and we're going to put that on my eyeballs. So the colors, honestly, this darker shade looks like it'll be a beautiful contour. This one might work okay when I'm not as tan, so maybe I'll have to save this for when winter rolls around again. All right, I'm just going to use this overall Morphe E22 brush and use this darker shade and just put it a little bit overall everything. I didn't prime my lids because honestly, I'm not going to have this on for very long. I kind of hate first impressions, but this is a little bit what this is going to be today because, you guys, moving is so stressful. If you don't know that already, just never move, because I ended up having to move this last month, and honestly, I'm still like unpacking. I've still got stuff everywhere, and it really just is no fun. All right, we're going to try to deepen that up just a little bit more. I know this isn't meant to be an eyeshadow, but it's not the worst that I've ever used. I don't mind that. Okay, let's move on to mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes. Oh, actually, before I do that, I have here the new super fine brush liner from Essence. This is brand new, never been opened. I know not very many people liked the Lash Princess eyeliner, even though they like the Lash Princess mascara. And I think that this is probably their response to that, but it's got a brush tip, which I actually prefer a brush tip to a felt tip. Ooh, that's actually pretty fine. That looks like it dries down really fast too, because I mean, it smudged a little bit, but that dried really fast. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on. All right, I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit more, but actually that's not bad. Honestly, my all-time favorite is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in brown. And I actually prefer the travel size of that because then I don't have quite as like long of a distance to work with mascara or eyeliner. But actually, that gave me a fairly precise point. I'm not that good with eyeliner, so you can see it's like a little bit off, but that's a me thing, not a liner thing. And it seems pretty smudge-proof after it's actually dried down, so that's kind of exciting. I'm going to have to test that some more. I'm really excited. It didn't seem to feather out on my hand, which I have really dry skin on my hand, and I always worry about stuff like spreading out on my eyeballs too. So, very excited about that. Now we're going to jump into the Lash Princess mascara. I know this is a cult favorite, and I like it, but I don't love it. It's one of those things that if I ran out of mascara and I just happened to see this one, I might buy it. but I have mascaras that I like so much better than this guy. So there's nothing wrong with this. I don't hate the Lash Princess mascara, but it's also one that I feel like I have things that I like more and better. This is one though that's very, very cheap. So if you're looking for a mascara on a budget that does a pretty decent job, my two favorite mascaras on a budget are, I do like this Lash Princess, but I actually like the Maybelline Sky High mascara just a touch better than this one. But like, it does a decent job on my lashes. Like, I think that my matte lashes look good when I wear this. Ugh, look at my little stress. And I've got one in my hairline too, just from stress and moving and all of that. Okay, so I'm gonna do some underpainting because, like I said, we're doing a powder foundation. So I bought this Baby Goat Bronze Essence stick. Let's watch on the back of her hand. Okay. It feels kind of waxy. A little bit. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing yet because this is my first time trying it. Oh wow, that is way more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. I mean, like, I should have known because look at that color, but it's a good thing we're underpainting because otherwise I think that I would have, otherwise I think I went too far. But since we're underpainting, it's probably going to be all right. Texture-wise, I don't love the texture of this, but honestly, the way that it blends out is really more important than that, so I'm trying to hold off judgment until I blend it out. All right, it's not the smoothest blend ever, but actually for the fact that it like sat for a bit, that blended out really good. The LYS bronzer definitely blends out a ton better than that. My favorite, the Laguna bronzer, blends out better than this. But like I said, it sat for a minute and it's still blending out. It's not one that you have to worry about it setting in place because you wanted to apply it all first. And that's definitely something with some products that you kind of have to worry about. I don't mind the color. The color is actually pretty nice. I like that it's not incredibly warm. It's more of a neutral bronzer because I kind of hate it when bronzers are super, super red or super, super orange. I just feel like it's a little bit too much when they look like that. So I appreciate that it's more in between. Color-wise, this is a fantastic color. Let's go ahead and, I don't know how much this is going to work because, again, this product has been out for a while, but I wanted to try it, so I got it. But the dupe for Benetint's Cheek and Lip product is the What a Tint Lip and Cheek Tint from Essence. I don't know how well this is going to go for underpainting, but I have heard that you have to work fast with this product, so we're going to just tap that out with our fingers. I do have a second blush to layer, so even if it doesn't show up, ooh, that's pretty. That's really soft, but it's pretty. I have to say I'm a little bit surprised how pretty I think that is. I wonder, because it's such a liquid, I wonder if it would have picked up what was underneath my makeup if I had done it over the top of like a regular foundation, because it's very, very liquidy. But because we're using it as an underpaint, like, it's fine. Okay. Very pretty, actually. I kind of love that, which I kind of didn't think I would. All right, now for the 16-hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. Now, I have mentioned this before, but my skin is dry. Dry like the Sahara Desert. So this comes with like a little smudge, which I'm going to actually ignore, and the powder foundation. Now, this is probably not quite a good shade match, but it doesn't actually come with that many shades, so we're going to make this work. I'm feeling like the right brush to use is like a huge powder brush, so we're going to use the Sigma F30 and dip in here and just, ooh, that a lot came out. I was not expecting that. Okay. I'm glad that I used a bigger brush and not something smaller because I think that it would have been too concentrated. Actually, that color match, though, is pretty good. I feel like powder foundation's scary because I'm always afraid that my skin is going to look powdery, but I'm going to show you guys a trick for if that's happening to you. Ooh, actually, that's really pretty. Okay, I don't know if you can tell the difference from this side to this side, but actually, that foundation, I didn't expect very much from it. And I really like that. Like up close, I mean, you can still see my pores, but it just evened everything out. It did blur. I'm incredibly just surprised at the coverage and how nice that's looking. We're going to try to go a little bit overboard on this side, just for funsies. That is amazing. So like side to side, I know you can see the difference now. Like I can see exactly where I stopped the powder right there. But side to side, like that looks good. And I added a lot and it still doesn't look powdery. It looks like it's dry, which like I said, I'm going to show you guys a trick to combat that. But this might be the best powder foundation I've ever used. Because most of the time, my Sahara skin flips out because it doesn't want a dry powder all over it. And this doesn't look like that, doesn't feel like that. It's honestly pretty nice. I'm so impressed, you guys. So impressed. Like that evened everything out. I definitely have more on this side than I do on that side, so I'm going to go ahead and finish applying it to the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, I finished applying that. I kind of am obsessed with the way it looks, which I never thought I would say that about a powder foundation. So that's awesome. My under eyes don't actually look all that dry. I mean, I don't have a concealer to put on from Essence, so I'm not going to, but that's pretty amazing. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Surprisingly enough, like most of the bronzer has like kind of disappeared, but I can still see some remnants of the blush, which I was kind of surprised about. So I'm going to go ahead and shape my eyebrows. I don't have a eyebrow pencil or anything like that, but I saw this Essence Brow and Lash Gel. I think it's a brand new product, and I kind of like it when things, ooh, that's got some hold. I kind of like it when products have a spoolie attached to it because honestly, sometimes when they don't, I have to just find something and that's never fun. My brows are a little bit stubborn. At first I thought it had a little bit more hold than it did, but I feel like it's dropping quite quickly because my hair just kind of has a mind of its own. It wants to be independent and free. And I don't want that for my hair. I don't know. I think the jury is still out on this stuff. It seems to do a little bit, but not a ton. I'm not sure how I feel about that. This seems like it might have been a waste of a few dollars. We're going to go back in with a little bit more blush. I have the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. So I have to say, the first time I tried this blush, it was in a shade that I didn't like, but this is a different color. I just recently bought a different one because I've just heard so many good things about it, and the color that I got basically just showed up as a highlight on me, and I was like, huh. Okay, in order for me to give this a fair shot, I had to get a different color. So we're going to add some more blush over the top of our cheek tint. Ooh, that might have been a lot. Oh, that was a lot. Oh, actually, that's nice though. I did not expect to like that because I hated the other color, but the color is nice. All right, before we get too far with blush, this is a brand new product from Essence as well. It's the Bloomin' Bright Blush Lighter. Okay, look at how cute that is. I think it's supposed to be a blush highlighter, so hence the word blush lighter, but it's one of those ones where there's like two colors, and you kind of swirl them together. Holy bananas. Okay, let's see. All right, very shimmery. I'm hoping this will complement what I already have on and not look too crazy. Okay, actually, that's really pretty. It's very Barbie-esque. That's really pretty, very, very Barbie. If I do some Barbie makeup, I think I might have to use this because it's got a decent amount of shimmer in it. I would probably still go ahead and use a highlight, but for those of you that like a little bit of shimmer in your blush, this is a really pretty color. It actually comes off more pink than I would have thought, but that might be the blush right underneath it because I did use two different blushes. Very pretty. Because my contour has essentially disappeared, we're going to do a little bit more. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, that's actually looking really good. Overall, I think that looks good. Okay, so I always hear so much about the Juicy Bombs from Essence. They're basically lip glosses. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips and then put that stuff on. Lips are lined. We're gonna put the Juicy Bomb on. Oh wow, it's like already coming out. It's definitely not sticky. It's not sticky like I thought it would be. It's actually, it feels, I know this is a lip gloss, but it feels like a lip oil. It's really, really surprising to me. I did not expect it to feel like it does. It feels wet, like it looks really shiny, but it feels like a lip oil. I just tried to sniff my lips. Anyways, it says it has a raspberry scent. I don't smell it. Maybe I would smell it if I wasn't trying to sniff my lips and instead smelled it in here. I can smell a little something something. I will say my sniffer doesn't work very well, so it could be stronger than it actually seems. I don't really smell it. All right, so I did mention that I was going to throw in a bonus tip on how to make sure that your makeup doesn't look powdery. This is what you do. After you've gone in, powdered your face, if it's feeling really powdery or if you have dry skin and you know that it's going to look really flaky if you don't, do something, this is what I do. I take a setting spray. This one's the Cali Ray one. There's so many good ones. The Milani Make It Last is a great affordable option, but this is the one that's sitting on my desk. You're just going to go a little bit crazy with it. Like I said, crazy. And then you're going to take a sponge and just press everything in. I learned this from Allie Clients, and honestly, I feel like it's really improved my makeup game. Because I feel like now I can make sure that I don't have any weird powder. If something isn't quite blended nicely, this kind of helps to smooth out any edges. It's just a good way overall to make sure that your makeup is at the top of its game. So now, if you can tell, I was looking a little bit powdery, more on this side than on this side, but I'm definitely not anymore. I went in, sprayed it like crazy, and then just pressed everything in. That does two things. First, it kind of like wets the powder a little bit. Second, it kind of takes off some of the excess. I don't know if you saw, in case you're curious how to make that look a little bit better, that's what I would do. Ooh, trying to get that out of my hair. Overall, I have to say, most of these products were a hit. The only one that I really am not sure about, and not sure that I really like, is this contour and this brow stuff. The mascara, everybody loves that. Honestly, this brand new eyeliner, I have not seen anybody talking about this, and this is pretty. Like, it went on so smooth. So I'm definitely going to have to use this more and play with it. The Juicy Gloss, why does no one talk about these? Because that feels so nice. I mean, it just, and plus, that is a gloss bomb. That's a gloss bomb for sure. This blush liner is honestly very, very pretty, and I kind of like that there's a little bit of shimmer in it because I like a shimmery blush just in general. To be fair, the blush that I put on first is still a little bit shimmery. This one is a little bit more vibrant in the shimmer, but it's pretty. I'm gonna have to play with this some more too. Overall, honestly, Essence is a slay for the most part. 90% of the job, they really do a great job with their makeup. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's great, but there are definitely a lot of hits in their line, which is why it's such a popular brand. If you liked my video, if you like my content, please go ahead and like, subscribe, comment on the video. If you have Essence products that you like, let me know. I'd love to try them out. Hopefully this answered some of your questions about some of the new Essence products, but also about if it's any good just because it's cheap. I will see you later. Bye!